Hey guys, so if you liked my video where I talked about my custom Bionicle Mystica 2008 torso, whatever you want to consider it, I've got a video here for you because I've basically just reinvented CCBS. Here's the thing. I want CCBS to exist as what its name suggests it is, a creature and character building system. CCBS to me does not feel like a system in and of itself. It has attributes that we could definitely ascribe to a system, but it has things like torsos that are specifically made to be torsos, limbs that are for the most part made to be limbs, and so on. It's a system of several different things that pile on top of each other to create characters, but they're not so good for creatures. So I wanted to show you in today's video my answer to this. So let's go ahead and get into it. And if you like this type of content, be sure to subscribe. There's plenty more coming along the way. All right, so let's hop over here because this little bit right here is the system that I've created. Now, this is just to give you an idea of what this system is because it is a modular system. And so many of these would appear in different sizes, like this hip piece here, which appears in several different sizes along this run, from a 3 long all the way up to an 8 long. Some of them are a little bit better than others. But we've also got torsos, which on first glance might seem like pieces that exist in Lego as CCBS sockets. This piece right here is similar, but not the same because it is designed first and foremost to be a torso, or to be a connecting point between these modules. Essentially, I call it a spine or a backbone. You can see we've got another one here and another one further up the line there. Again, the idea is that these would be modular, so you'd have different sizes depending on how many pins do I need, right? Or if I need to flip the body so that the ball joint is biased towards the top or towards the bottom of the model, whatever the case may be. Alongside this, you have two other very interesting pieces. This piece was inspired, no joke, by a hollow ball joint that somehow just broke on me. I'm not even sure how that's possible, but it's split in half. That's a thing now. Another one that we've got over here as well, though, is a pinhole connection on a half-length bar, and this piece is designed to fit in the sides of this body here. The idea being that you could have several different modules of this, one with a single pin, one with maybe 2 pins or 3 pins, whatever the case may be. And this is where things start to get interesting, because you can see that we can start to build. Now, I built characters for the sake of this video, but seeing as how you have the option to take a piece like this, and its orientation or its origin is a little bit off, but that's fine. And you can move it upright or downright or extend it, do whatever you want, connect it to lift arms that exist, and do various things with lift arms as well. Because the idea is that this is not a replacement for anything. It is a supplement. It is a item meant to be added to the pieces that we currently have accessible. Now, I know what you're saying. You know, this doesn't look very much like Bionicle. Where are the pistons? Where's the greebling? That wasn't the point of this system. This system is first and foremost allowing you as much access to all of the indeterminate space around a figure that is possible, right? So the idea is that you can go out of your way to do several different things. The magenta ball joint on here, for example, is designed to clip onto axles, and then the axles in this body piece itself could have these little nodules that stick inside the ball joint so it affixes to the modular grid, right? Does that make sense? I feel like that is easy enough to understand for me, but I don't know how well it comes across on camera. That said, though, I think that the system, at least the idea of a system like this, is pretty well founded overall. It's not meant to solve every problem. It's not even necessarily meant to answer a specific problem, but rather it is meant to be built upon, to be taken and done what you want with, right? When in comparison or in conjunction with all of the currently existing CCBS joint pieces that we have, plus the joint that I came up with, I don't know, last week or something, and of course all the joints from Bionicle sets and so on, you can pair this with basically anything that exists within Lego, within reason, of course. Because these ball joints are fixed on the axle, it means that those axles cannot be accessed by like a bushing or something like that. You'd have to have something to be able to clip around the axle. But I think that that's something that could be done. It's an interesting concept because it's not something that I think Lego has ever really done before, but it's definitely something that I think Lego could do. If they were really smart about how they wanted to get a piece to attach to an axle, to clip on there with enough tension to hold its place and slide along the axle with good friction while being durable, not snapping like the ball joint I had once did. So this is just an idea, but man, I love the idea because all of the black pieces that you see used within this system here do exist in Lego already. And yeah, these were made just very quickly in Blender and in Part Designer. So I forgot a couple things, like each of these hip pieces would have an axle hole sticking through the center there. So you have a place to connect an axle for the neck because they don't have a neck connection on their own. But I didn't want to restrict their use by attaching a neck to the piece itself, right? Because if I want a tall neck, I have the Glatorian neck here as an option. If I want a short neck, then I have the hollow ball joint. And of course, you could come up with various different shapes and lengths of these pieces as well to really help to accommodate you even further. If you wanted a double jointed neck, again, you can pair it down with one of these pieces or pair it down with the friction adder from Hero Factory as well. That piece is a little bit more limiting in its design, but at least the idea gets across. So this, in a nutshell, is everything. All the blue pieces are the spine or backbone, and all the blue pieces attached directly to it are the pieces meant to facilitate its uses, which is why it has the bar hole going through the side in the first place. Is that something that Lego would do? Probably not. I don't know. They've never done it before, so I have to assume no. But it could be worth playing around with, worth experimenting with, and maybe I will on my own time. It's also worth noting that we could extend the frame out to the sides itself with pieces that actually do exist, notably this 3-length lift arm here. So you could connect pieces to the side as well. I realize I'm missing a single pin on this, but the point still stands that if I wanted to take off any of this armor here or extend things out, I have that option. I have the capability for doing so. And honestly, I think it's pretty fantastic, all things considered. You get the idea of the system from this video, but the system is not fully fleshed out. Not every single piece exists, and I'm sure that it will have its own issues to take care of along the way. But if it works, I mean, that does it for me, you know? I would be happy with just that. But with all that being said, that's everything that I wanted to go ahead and cover in this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to subscribe. It really helps the channel out tremendously. And of course, you can check out the Discord, Instagram, and Patreon, all of which are linked down in the description below. I highly appreciate anybody willing to support the channel and what it is I do here. And of course, if you have any comments, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, because I'm sure that this will at least be a little bit controversial. But I want to know, do you think a system like this could exist today from Lego, from a different brand, or do you think that I'm just going about it the wrong way? And if so, what direction would you go? Hopefully that starts a conversation. Take care.